So with the trade deadline upon us, for basketball, what do the Houston Rockets need? What do they need to better their chances of getting to the NBA Finals and to better their chances of winning the finals, or at least bettering their chances of getting far in the playoffs? What do they need? Well, first of all, let's just get right to the point. They need a better center. Point blank, they need a better center. Everyone I asked, I went to a Super Bowl party a few nights ago. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on winning their first Super Bowl in 50 years. Um, Congrats to, those 49ers for making it that far. Just they couldn't get it done, but, that's how it goes. It was a wild Super Bowl. It was fun to watch. But during the Super Bowl, my dad tells me that there's an article on ESPN that says that the Rockets are shopping Clint Capella to a host of East teams and a few West teams. What does this tell me? Well, what I do is I go upstairs and I ask about 5 people, what do you think the Rockets should trade Clint Capella for? Who do you think? Would you trade Clint Capella? And they said, "Oh yeah, no doubt." Not one of them said no. Not one. And it's because they all agree on one thing, that Clint Capella is overrated. That he is not as good as everyone thinks he is. He is not. Here's why. He can get rebounds. I'll give him that. He gets rebounds. So I will give him that. But he can't make layups. He barely ever dunks the ball. Only on alley-oops. That's about it. He does not pass the ball away. He can't shoot. And time again, he has proved that he is overrated because he has gotten destroyed by centers who are worse than him. Kevon Looney, especially Kevon Looney, and others. So, if the Rockets are to trade Clint Capella, which I really hope they do, I think it would better the team and their chances of making it far. Who do I think the best trade propositions are? Well, my first thought was, how about you trade him to the Thunder for Steven Adams? Maybe a side bench player like uh, Hamidou Diallo. I don't know. But that would be a good deal. That would be a good deal. It would. And that's my number one deal. Steven Adams is better than Clint Capella. And to be honest, I don't know why a lot of these teams think Capella has potential and are interested in him, but it's not my problem. That's their problem. So if the Thunder are interested in Capella, take him. And honestly, I think that would work out for both teams. Capella and Paul have chemistry. Westbrook and Adams have chemistry. You see how it works out? It's like they swapped over. My number 2 on the list would be to the Hawks. Trade Clint Capella to the Hawks for John Collins and Alex Len. That would really work out. And I think because, John Collins isn't a center. He's a big man. He's like PJ Tucker. He's a big guy, but he's not a center. But Alex Len is. I wouldn't say that Alex Len is better than Capella, but I think John Collins would make our team way better. We could put PJ Tucker on the bench, and Tucker could come off the bench as a good bench player, a guy who rebounds the ball, who hits corner threes, like no problem. So that's my number 2. That's who I think the Rockets need to go after. But some honorable mentions for me would be trade Clint Capella to the Celtics for Enes Kanter and Marcus Smart. That trade right there could be one of the best deals that I've heard, that I've thought about. That's probably one of the best deals that I've thought about. Enes Kanter is better than Clint Capella. Marcus Smart is he's a good player. I don't know if he's a starter or a bench player, but I think he could better the team if he was on the bench. So that could also help us. How about this? Trade Capella to the Lakers for JaVale McGee and Kyle Kuzma. I don't know if they'd approve that trade, but I've heard that Kyle Kuzma is in trade talks, and I think JaVale McGee's better than Capella, honestly. He's proved it time and time again. So I think those are my top trades that I would do. I guess another one that I've thought about was a Capella to the Heat trade for maybe Bam Adebayo. I don't know if the Heat would do that because Adebayo is very they cherish Adebayo very much. So I don't know. I hope that would be awesome if we could get Bam Adebayo because he's definitely better than Capella. Oh yeah, definitely. But besides the Capella rumors, what do I think the Rockets need besides a better center? They need bench players. They need better bench players. Because you got guys on the bench that are doing nothing for you. Absolutely nothing. Daniel House, I understand him. He can shoot the three ball. Maybe not as good as he used to, but he can shoot the three ball. He can dunk. And he can rebound the ball. So I'd keep him. Of course, PJ Tucker, you're probably going to have to keep him. Gordon, you got to definitely keep Eric Gordon. Rivers has been better. I'll give him that. I thought that he would be a huge trade candidate, but he's proved that that's not the case. I don't know. Gary Clark is gone. Isaiah Hartenstein and Chris Clemens are still on the team. What do you do with those guys who are barely getting any floor time, who are barely really doing anything? What do you do with that? Honestly, what do you do with that? I'll give you the answer. Trade them. Trade them and a few draft picks, and you may get a just good enough bench player to widen your bench and to give your team a bit of depth. I really hope that this trade deadline works out for the Rockets. I don't think they've had a big trade deadline ever. But I don't know. We've had big off seasons, getting Westbrook, getting Chris Paul 2 years ago. I just don't know. I think if you're Daryl Morey, you got to make a big trade now because the trade deadline is upon us. It is in 2 days, and the clock is ticking. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please subscribe down below. And comment your thoughts on the trade deadline. What do you think the Rockets are going to do? Do you think they'll trade Capella? Do you think they'll go after a bench player? Or will they surprise us all and get this big star player to help us? I don't know. So, once again, like, subscribe, and comment. I will see you later. Basketball fans, Rockets fans, go Rockets!